Hello, my name's Andy. Welcome to this Bible Month Bible Journaling Kit video. So Bible Month, if you don't know, is a time each year when, as the whole Methodist Church, we look at one particular book of the Bible, and this year it is Genesis. And through the 4 weeks of Genesis, there are 4 focuses which this booklet takes you through. And accompanying that are a set of Bible journaling printouts which you can download from the Methodist website. If you just Google Bible Month Methodist, you'll find it. So there's one for week 1, which is on the Adam and Eve story. Week 2 is the Abraham's family. Week 3, that's not week 3, week 3 is the story of Isaac, and week 4, Joseph. So in this video, I'm going to show you a couple of ideas for things that you might want to do, either on your own, for your own kind of fun and playfulness and spiritual enjoyment, and also how you might want to use them with a group as well. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so for this first idea, I've printed out a section of the text. This is a bit from Genesis 2. Just on a piece of A4 card, leaving lots of white space around the edge. I thought I'd focus on the Genesis 2 bit because I tend naturally to think more of the Genesis 1 story when I've sort of used this passage before. So I'm going to go into the Adam and Eve version. But before I get to that, what I'm going to do is to make some watercolor bits of paper, which I'm going to cut out later and use. So because it's Garden of Eden-y, we need some green. So I'm just going to make some semi-abstract sort of watercolory things, which I need to let to dry. So I'm doing this first. So I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm not really good with watercolors, quite new to it. Let's try a bit of darker green as well. Just want to get some tonal variation in there. Okay, I'm going to speed up now. I'm going to do a whole range of colours, some green and some kind of fruity colours, which I can let dry and then cut out later. Okay, so I've put my watercolours off to one side. You don't need to do that step instantly, just an idea. Now I'm going to cut out the bits that I want to use from the journaling kit. Okay, my watercolour paintings have dried out. I'm quite pleased how these have come out actually. Wasn't sure if this was going to work, but I think they're okay. Now the idea is, again, you don't have to do this. This is just a little fun step, but I'm going to take these and cut some shapes out. So from the greeny ones, I'm going to make some leaves. So just cutting through, trying to get a range of sort of tones in each one. That looks quite leaf-like to me. Let's give one right from the middle here. Okay, they're nice. And from these kind of fruity coloured ones, we're going to cut out some circles, or roughly sort of circle shapes, to make some fruits. Again, trying to get a range of the different sort of colours within it. There's something hungry caterpillar about this. I want to use a similar technique to illustrate that book. Okay, I'm going to speed up. I'll see you when they're all done. Okay, let's bring it all together. So I've got this A4 printout. I've got a perilously low Pritt stick, and I'm going to start sticking some leaves onto the background. It doesn't matter that they sort of go off the edge, because I'm going to trim it all down later. So just fairly randomly popping some of these leaves on. Quite pleased how these came out actually. They're quite cool. There's I was saying earlier about sort of the randomness of creating things. I really like that about watercolour paint, how you don't quite know what you're going to get. You just sort of splat things down and it comes out looking alright. This process has also taught me something else about creativity, which you kind of get from the Genesis story, that you have to be patient. It took me ages to cut these things out. I was wondering whether to continue, but I'm glad I did. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some of the bits from the actual kit now. So we've got this great picture of Adam and Eve that needs to go in there. So let's do that so we don't obscure the text too much, but see a bit of the fruit. And we've got these brilliant little phrases. Now, the one that struck me was Eve being the mother of all. Through church history, we've kind of tended to see Eve in a bit of a negative light. But it contains this beautiful phrase that she is the mother of all. I think that's really cool. There's something obviously inherently creative about mothering. Eve as the mother of all sort of somehow represents God's creative goodness. Okay, there's one called God Planted a Garden. I don't know if you're into gardening. I'm not personally, but appreciate them when I see one. Which other ones? And let there be. There was a, in the first Genesis story of creation in Genesis 1, it uses this language of let there be all the time. God speaking things into existence. Okay, so that's probably enough. I was going to add this little bramble just in the corner amidst all of this goodness and verdant life. Just a little hint that the story turns sour pretty quickly in the next chapter. And then finally, I'm just going to add a few sort of words on, which just things I've been thinking about as I've been doing it. So I'm going to write a few bits on. I'll speed this up and then I'll come back with the guillotine. Okay, finally, let's see if I can trim this off. You could leave these dangling over the edges, of course. That's equally fine, but I want to see what it looks like trimmed off. I really enjoyed doing this. I wrote down next to that "let it be" thing that it's quite cool that this thing, flawed as it is, rushed as it is, it didn't exist half an hour ago. It's been brought to being through this time being set aside to do it. And I think there's something quite nice about that, bringing something that didn't exist into being. Perhaps I got a bit of a sense of what God must have felt like in that first creation idea. Okay, one's come loose. So I could keep on adding into that, but I think that's probably good enough for now. Gives you an idea. You'll be able to do something much better than me. Love to see what you come up with, what you produce. If you'd like to share it on social media and tag the Methodist Church in it, we'll pick it up. Have fun.